Chelsea player ratings. Kepa Arrizabalaga pulls off shootout heroics again, but Hakim Ziyech fails to shine on rare start. After a 1-1 draw with Southampton, Kepa saved a crucial spot kick and James fired in the decisive winner in a carbon copy of the previous round against Aston Villa. The Blues won 4-3 in the shootout to reach the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. Here's how we rated Thomas Tuchel's performers. Kepa Arrizabalaga 7. Made a few easy saves in the first half and didn't have a lot to do, but he gifted Southampton with the equaliser early in the second half. He did then go on to make 4 or 5 top saves to keep Chelsea in the game late on and force a shootout, before a brilliant penalty save from Theo Walcott low down to his right. Reece James 7. He was a little quiet as he was playing as a centre-back rather than as a wing-back. But he did his job well, defended strongly and used his physicality against a tough battling side. Scored the decisive penalty. Trevoh Chalobah 8. In Thiago Silva's absence, Chelsea have a defender who is equally as calm and composed at the heart of the defence. Played in the middle of the three and marshalled his defence, making a few good blocks and tackles to keep Chelsea in the game at times. Malang Sarr 5. He looked comfortable in the first half, but the second half he looked panicky and struggled when pressed. Didn't look much like Chelsea quality. Callum Hudson-Odoi 7. Certainly wasn't his best opening 45 minutes, although he was still one of the more threatening players in the Chelsea attack. But in the second half he was a bit more lively and tried hard to make things happen. He did put his penalty away in the shootout as well. Saul Niguez 6. He was doing the basics well, but didn't really bring anything extra to the table and was another guilty of needlessly giving away possession when Chelsea needed to keep it. He was a goal threat in the second half though and probably should have scored. Mateo Kovacic 8. Chelsea's only real bright spark in the first half, trying to make things happen and often trying to keep possession for Chelsea by himself. Marcos Alonso 5. Poor in the first 45 minutes, he wasn't doing enough in possession and gave it away a lot, was sloppy and did little to help break Southampton's high press. He was a bit of a passenger in the second half as well, but took a good penalty in the shootout. Ross Barkley 5. A few good touches and moments from him linking up with Havertz. But overall he wasted a chance to stake a claim for a place in Tuchel's team and was subbed off on 66 minutes. Hakim Ziyech 4. He had a terrible first half, there are no two ways about it. He was passing to Southampton players more than Chelsea's and didn't look on it at all. His second half wasn't any better and he got taken off on 66 minutes. Kai Havertz 7. He put Chelsea ahead with a lovely header and looked their biggest threat really in the first half. He didn't get a lot to work with and those around him weren't firing either, which didn't help. Substitute. Ben Chilwell for Ross Barkley, 66 minutes, 6. Added some needed legs for Chelsea and helped keep possession. Scored his penalty in the shootout. Mason Mount for Hakim Ziyech, 66 minutes, 6. Came on and missed a golden pass to put Havertz in, but his presence alone helped Chelsea's intensity. Missed his penalty in the shootout. What do you think about this Chelsea player ratings? Give me your thought below video. Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel reveals injuries to Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Chelsea stars Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Ruben Loftus-Cheek all suffered injuries in training on Monday, revealed manager Thomas Tuchel. The Blues scraped past Southampton and into the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night, drawing 1-1 with Southampton at Stamford Bridge before winning 4-3 on penalties. Tuchel revealed after the game that his team selection was impacted after 3 players suffered injuries the day before on the training pitch. Azpilicueta has a shoulder problem, Christensen has been forced into minor surgery on a tooth issue and Loftus-Cheek has injured his hip. None of the problems are thought to be serious and all 3 could be back in contention for Chelsea's Premier League trip to Newcastle on Saturday lunchtime. We hope Azpilicueta is back for the weekend. He had a shoulder injury yesterday in training when he fell on it. "It's very painful, but he's Azpilicueta and he's a tough guy," said Tushal after the match. Ruben felt after training some pain in his hip joint. "Hopefully we can handle it for Saturday." Andreas needed to recover from tooth surgery and he should be back in training on Thursday if there are no complications. Despite the trio of injuries, along with the existing fitness problems of Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner and Christian Pulisic, Tuchel was able to name a strong side against the Saints. Kai Havertz led the line and Gavi the home side the lead just before halftime, although Che Adams cancelled it out just after the break. The game went to penalties, with Theo Walcott missing for Southampton before Mason Mount failed from the spot for the Blues. Will Smoilbone then blazed over the Saints, allowing Reece James to score the winning penalty for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel rates Saul Niguez's performance as Chelsea progress in Carabao Cup. Thomas Tuchel believes Saul Niguez has taken a «huge step» following his display in Chelsea's shootout victory over Southampton in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday evening. The 26-year-old has struggled to make an impact after arriving on loan from Atletico Madrid in the summer transfer window. Saul has only featured once in the Premier League and was hauled off at half-time following a woeful debut display against Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge. The Spain international was handed third start for Chelsea in their Carabao Cup tie against Southampton on Tuesday, and Tuchel's side were taken to penalties with Reece James scoring the winning spot kick. And Tuchel says he is encouraged by Saul's latest performance. "It was a good match, it was a huge step in the right direction for him," Tuchel told Chelsea TV after the match. "I am happy. We thought maybe he would be struggling with the intensity and thought about substituting him after 70 minutes, 75 minutes, but he got better and better, had chances and shots. We thought let's keep him on the pitch and give him the minutes. It was a good step for him." Tuchel also praised Kepa Arrizabalaga, who was at fault for Southampton's goal but made some excellent saves in the second half and was the hero once again in the shootout as he saved Theo Walcott's effort. "He produces. He is full of confidence," said Tuchel. "He has this experience now with us, and he has done it again and again. Just because you win a penalty shootout, does not mean you will do it again. Full credit to him. It's a special thing in football and we were again concentrated and calm. Kepa was a big part of that." Chelsea offered chance to sign Juventus defender Matthijs de Ligt. Chelsea have been offered the chance to sign Juventus centre-back Matthijs de Ligt, according to reports. The Champions League holders were keen on bolstering their defensive options in the summer and came close to signing Jules Koundé before Sevilla raised their asking price in the closing stages of the summer window. Chelsea have retained their interest in Koundé, but Sevilla are holding out for €80 million, £68.5 million, which the Premier League club refused to match in August. Thomas Tuchel's side are now exploring alternatives, and according to Goal, De Ligt could now be a possibility as Juventus are keen on a deal. The report claims that Juventus are ready to offload De Ligt as they want his £280,000 a week salary off their wage bill. In an interview with Italian media last month, De Ligt's agent, Mino Raiola, made it clear that the Netherlands international could be sold next summer. De Ligt could also leave Juventus at the end of the season, said Raiola. "This is how the market works, there are many clubs who are interested in his services." De Ligt, who joined Juventus from Ajax in a £67.5 million deal in 2019, has been splitting his playing time with 37-year-old Giorgio Chiellini this season. According to reports, De Ligt has a €150 million, £126 million, release clause in his deal with Juventus, which will be active next summer.
That is all Chelsea News today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you by tomorrow news.